Hey guys, this is how you make a cool XVDIN beat. So first you're gonna wanna go to the BPM. You're gonna wanna turn it up to like 150 to 162, about there. Then you're gonna wanna either right click this plus or press F8. That's what I do. You're gonna wanna open Serum 2. You're gonna wanna turn up the default shape here to 16 unison, and then it's gonna sound like fuck. Wait, you can y'all even hear that? No, you can't. Hold it. Yeah. It's gonna sound like that basically. You're gonna wanna have your first LFO. You're gonna wanna drag that to the fiend right here. The fiend. You're gonna wanna drag it to there. And then you see this like little circle thing right here. You're gonna wanna drag it down to some really tiny, like 9 or like 14. And what that does, it makes a wah sound. Go into FX. You can do whatever you want basically here. I like to grab a flanger, and then get some reverb, turn up the mix, turn up the size a little bit, boom, and then you can you can also grab a delay, turn it to ping pong. Okay, remove the flanger. That's probably not a chord. It's probably heavily out of key. Then you can grab a compressor and then put it to multiband and then just turn up the gain until you're happy with it. Yeah, this is how you make the chord. So we're gonna want to put a pattern down, stretch it to 9, rename this to chord, because if you didn't know, this is the chord. Then you're gonna want to find a thing that sounds nice, like a note. I'm really fucking with F sharp today, so we're gonna put this in F sharp major. Then you're just gonna want to put it like that, and then just play some random notes that are in the white, like oh my god, you have a triad chord. This is so amazing. And then you're gonna want to repeat that, and then just like change it if it's out of key. It's not that hard. Zayden is really lazy. And then just like do that like a few times. And then, yeah, do that 4 times until you get to the 9. So it should last 2 whole measures. Now, something you don't want to do is what I just did right there. You don't want the last chord to be the same as the first chord, because then it just sounds like, it sounds like the gross. And boom, there's your chord. Now you're gonna want to open Serum again, and then you can. I don't know how to make bass. I'm gonna be honest. So I have a lot of like cemetery shit. So I'm gonna find one that sounds nice. That sounds nice. So we're gonna name this one bass. Then we're gonna do that. We're gonna copy the bottom notes here. Press Control C, open your base, and then, so you see this is too high. This doesn't sound like a bass. So we're gonna select all and then hold Control and then press the down arrow. Okay, cool. And then you're gonna want to find like a good lead. I have too many. I have too many presets. Uh, just, sure, that sounds okay. Then name this lead, and then it doesn't really matter. It just has to be in key and on time. Um, and there's your lead. Okay, so we have the main melody now. This is the main melody. Now you're gonna want to grab a hi-hat. Name it hi-hat. Stretch it out to 9. Put it in C5. Remember to do that. That's the most important step. Now we're gonna select, make it a really long note like this. Stretch it to 9, and then press Alt A to open the arpeggiator. Put it right here, the third setting. And then just like do some random bullshit. Just like add like a few rolls somewhere. And then, ooh, you can add some spice by, yeah, you can do that. And then grab a clap. Now this is a bit more complicated. Put this to 5, and then put it in the middle, like right here. You see where this is. You want to put it in the middle. Put it to C5, and then Control A, and then Control B 3 times. Oh wait, hold up. I don't know why loop points is a thing. That's like something else. Grab a good snare. That one works. And then you're just gonna want to put it everywhere, basically everywhere but where the clap is. So just like. And then same thing with the hi-hats. You can do like a silly little like a. You can even make this like a fake triplet. And then. and then there's your snare, and then you grab an open hat. It does not matter which one. It just has to be like mono. It has to be mono because Zayden is autistic and what the fuck? Zayden is autistic and he needs to have like mono for everything. Make a new pattern, name it open hat, and then just like put this fucking anywhere. It doesn't fucking matter. Boom, there's your open hat. And then you can get like a little crash. Yeah, that one works. This is the least complicated of them all. You just gotta stretch it to 9. Put it at C. Turn up the velocity. Make sure loop points is off. Boom. That's your crash. That's it. That's it. It's not that fucking hard. And then if you want to get like a fucking extra, if you want to go like the extra mile, you can add a little kick. The only rule with the kick is it has to be on the first note. That's how you make a like a dreamy Zayden type beat. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'm yeah,